Everybody, it's Starkiller 1 from the Society of Chaos Guild. I'm gonna do something on video today that I've done a couple of times previously. In fact, the first time was quite a long time ago, but I wasn't making videos back then. We've got the Rancor raid for my guild tonight. Everybody's on a 24-hour hold. The guy's going to go crazy any minute now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to attempt to solo on the raid with just one character. As I said, I have achieved this before using Commander Luke. And what we're going to do, because it's going to be kickoff time, is I'll just talk you through what's going on. And then if I succeed, I'll show you his setup at the end. So we nearly lost him straight off the bat there, so that was a very poor start. Basically, what I've done here is I've modded him for speed and protection, and that's it. He has all of my best speed mods, and I've only given up a small amount of speed in order to make sure he has extra protection. To be honest, against the Gamorrean guards, he really doesn't have a big issue. He'll go through these guys very quickly. When it's going to get tricky is actually in phase 2. The timing is kind of important. Now, I've got him running at around 276 speed. Now, if I'm correct, that means he should be able to just go on his own on auto, and the timing should work out against the Rancor, and that'll be great. If I've got it wrong, the Rancor is going to stun him and possibly even eat him. Now, the interesting thing about the Rancor raid is, in theory, kind of enrage timer is an issue when you get to phase 4, but what we're going to see is that really is not an issue. The enrage timer really has no impact in phase 4, because he recovers his protection at a faster rate than the Rancor can get rid of it, provided you have enough protection. We're facing a slightly interesting situation here. We're going to be heading for enrage against the Gamorrean captain, which would be very unfortunate. Hopefully that's not going to happen. That said, he is very quick, so it really is only if there's a dodge that the Gamorrean captain should get a turn. But that said, it's clearly happening. Looks like we're going to be okay. Originally, I started playing with post the sort of Zeta era. I started playing with a lot of teams with Jin and Tebow. Obviously, everyone went through that phase. When Commander Luke first came out, I started playing games to try and just do it with 4 toons and then 3. I did a solo with just Commander Luke and BB-8, and just Commander Luke and R2. And in both cases, the droids really were there just take a beating. Since that time, I've got some better mods, which is great. Certainly from a speed point of view, I'll show you the mods at the end. You'll see there's I have a 24 speed secondary. That's actually not the fastest I've seen on anyone's account. I have seen some faster, but it's pretty fast. And as you can see, we're just going to squeak in here. That was very close to not getting through that phase. But as I have often said, so far so good. So let's see what phase 2 brings us. Like I said, phase 2 is all about timing. On manual, you don't need to be as fast. You can pick the right move. The AI will not always pick the right move. That said, at 276, it shouldn't matter. When I'm playing on manual, I do use the dropping of the gates to help me a little bit. Obviously, we're not going to be doing that here because the AI just doesn't do it. And I said I'm not quite sure how this is going to work out. So let's just wait and see. Like, the only real threat, as I said before, is getting eaten by the Rancor. None of the other stuff really is an issue. And the way we're going at the moment, it's not looking like the Rancor is going to be eating us anytime soon, which is great. So unlike the final phase where you can run the enrage cooldown all the way to 0, on this one you get the enrage down to 10 and you've got to worry about getting eaten, and that's game over. As you can see at 276, the Rancor is going to resist. The turn meter removal, he's going to dodge, but he's got his tenacity down. It's going to be rare that he resists, although you can see the odd one coming through where he doesn't lose turn meter. And I actually haven't seen him dodge, which is great because I think it's a sort of slight mislabeling of that action. The Rancor is huge. I'm not sure it dodges. Maybe Commander Luke misses. Obviously, it's quite hard to do a commentary for an auto battle happening at this speed. Luke only has his 3 actions. There's basic attack, and that removes some turn meter. He's got his first special that removes the full turn meter. Both apply 2 debuffs, and then obviously call to arms that's doing the protection recovery. To be honest, you can see he's doing call to action a lot, and let's be honest, he's not getting hit. So if you were playing this yourself and you were not relying on the AI, like I said, the reason this one's going to be interesting is because it is going to be on auto. Obviously, you just wouldn't be using call to action anywhere near that often because you don't need to. You'd just be going for the offensive version of Luke and just whacking away a lot quicker. I just noticed that one of the guild officers in Society of Chaos, in fact our stats expert, Bodhi, he has just started the HAAT raid. I will consider looking at a video for that. We've got a 24-hour hold, so I've got a bit of time to tinker and practice. We also had 24-hour hold zeros here. We find that works pretty well. Of all the people in the guild, I'm the person who actually finds these times the most inconvenient. There is a reason that I'm up in the middle of the night tonight because I'm going to be flying home soon. And so hence this is a great opportunity to do this video that I wouldn't have normally. Okay, so phase 2, great. It's that's a bullet dodged. Phase 3, to be honest, should be equally straightforward. I'm actually looking at what the time might be on this now because we're only 8 minutes in. So it's just going pretty quickly. Now, I can't really claim much accolade for this because there really is no skill in this at all. It's simply a case of having a 7-star Commander Luke Skywalker and some mods with some speed and protection on them. Now, here we go. Now he's getting bashed about a bit, but this is where call to action is great. Removes that heal debuff. So heal immunity is gone, and so where that would previously have been a big issue on the Rancor raid for teams, just not a problem at all. And as you can see, there's a dodge there, or a miss. And here we go again. I'm going to get stunned a few times, but it's fine because at 276 speed, I can get up and running again in time that I get a shot in before he gets back to full turn meter. And yeah, one of my mini campaigns is I would like to see more raid content. I know some people really like the raids. I know some people really dislike the raids. You know, it's... Yeah, I like the game from a community point of view. Sometimes, to be honest, I just take 0 on the raid. In fact, most of the time. But it's fun to play it occasionally. But it'd be really interesting to have an additional bonus tier on the Rancor, maybe. Certainly, HAT has now become very straightforward. I will make a video at some point, but my personal record's over 35 million for one team on the HAT, and actually I've done the raid from both ends. So although it wouldn't be possible to do the raid in one with a team, I actually have done a team from the start to halfway through P2, and then from halfway through P2 all the way to the end with that same team. So they might try and do a video of that one, although there was a couple of really great videos about those teams out there. That's the team that uses either Raid Han or Ventress, with Commander Luke and Akbar lead and BB-8, and yeah, it's just a great combo. It does a good job, and of course Grand Admiral Thrawn. There's quite a lot of question marks over how fast you should run Thrawn, because there's an advantage to running him really slowly. There's also an advantage to running him fast because he hits really hard. Just getting back to Commander Luke here. Now, obviously, phase 3, the enrage count is starting to come down, but I'm not too concerned unless there's a lot of dodges and a lot of resisting. There's another resist there, just as I'm saying it. Then he should be fine. Like I said, the only real threat here, again, is getting eaten. And you're going to get to see in P4 that's it's a really interesting dynamic. Just spotting in the bottom corner there that the rest of the guild are catching up. In fact, they may have finished that. I'm just going to have a quick look at that. Yeah, they have completed the raid. So 11 minutes for a raid. That's pretty impressive. I am going to be significantly over 11 minutes. But as I said, I think it's time. I'd like to see a new raid. You know, there's a lot of characters in the new movies that we could potentially have as raid rewards. There's also characters from the old movies who get raid rewards. You know, notably missing. There's still no C-3PO, no Padme Amidala. There's a few other characters out there who might be worth a look. It would be a way of introducing Jedi Luke, although I think, to be honest, the hero's journey is probably going to continue as the dynamic for that. Yeah, he's made pretty short work of this, so I'm pretty confident now we're going to finish the whole thing. Yeah, certainly, I think a third raid would be good. You've got some interesting characters, like obviously Snoke in the current movies as a big bad. But there's definitely a variety of other Star Wars characters. Maybe a Jar Jar Binks raid. Have go the other way. Have the dark side invading Naboo, because you know everybody wins because we get a new raid, and we also get to play with the trolls and the haters by winding them up a bit. I'm not a Jar Jar fan. I really wasn't a big fan in the prequels. Wasn't a big fan in the Clone Wars cartoon. But he's part of the canon of Star Wars, and I like Star Wars. And hey, this whole thing's based on a kids' movie, so I'm all good. I think he deserves to be in the game. I think the Gungans deserve to be in the game. Yeah, the Gungans had a lot of good characters. Obviously now you have new movies coming out. It's hard, but you never know. Yeah, it's a big franchise. There's a lot to do. There's a lot of neglected factions. Yeah, I've got my 3 Tuscans, one of whom has a leadership that is reliant on having more than 3 Tuscans. Yeah, you could always revisit Jawas. And actually, the Separatists haven't had a lot of love. I would really love to see them do a rework on Grievous. I'd love to see them give him a capital ship. Obviously, you could easily give Dooku a ship. And I think that'd be quite good. Rework the Genosians. Obviously, they're very generic characters. But I think the Dark Side territory battles, give an opportunity for that type of thing. They can adjust and add stuff in. I really like the new territory wars, territory battles. I think that it's got some legs. Yeah, the territory battles, it's a bit of a grind. I'm actually quite glad I'm in a middle guild, at top of a middle guild, where kind of between 90 and 100 million on the GP, because it means that we kind of got something to work for. Obviously not getting Hermit Yoda as quickly, not getting Wampa as quickly, but you feel like you've got a long game to play. I think the disadvantage in being one of these super guilds is everything comes a bit easy, and it's kind of, where's the sense of achievement? Like, you're picking up the toons a bit quicker, and of course you're bigger and stronger than the next guy, but most of the arena shards are cooperative now, so that's not really, there's no real advantage there. I think this game's very much about community. I think it's about a journey. Certainly in my case, it's a journey with friends. I spend a lot of time chatting to the guys in my guild, guys in my shard, largely about the game, but about other stuff too. And I think that's great. I think these sort of communities are what these games are about. Okay, so being that we're pretty much at the end, let's put the attention back on Commander Luke. I hope, for the sake of most people watching the video, you just skipped a lot of that once it was clear it was going to be achieved, because I'm only talking because it would be really dull watching it on silent or with the music behind it. Okay, well, there you go. That is a Rancor solo with 1 toon, and it's Commander Luke. I'm pretty confident it can't be done with any other characters in the game. I think, to be honest, even 2 would be difficult unless one of those 2 is Luke. I've certainly tried with Tebow and Jin, haven't made it. Theoretically it could be done, but it would be tough. Anyway, there's the final score. As promised, I will show you how I have Luke modded. As you can see, there's a lot of people soloing there. The team solo guys clearly finishing quicker than I did. Let's just have a look at those mods. Okay, so as promised, I do have the one piece of gear 12 gear. He is maxed out, as you can see. Right, we've got the protection, which could have actually been slightly less looking at it, although to be honest you'd have lost him straight off the bat if it had been less, so I'm quite pleased that I did that. And you've got the speed and the physical damage. Those are the stats you're looking at. So the first mod, crit chance, 24 speed is the stat you're looking at there. Not very exciting, that one. It just happens to be crit chance, speed arrow, and it just allowed me to match those up. 16 speed there. It's not actually my fastest in that position. but there was a bit of health, a bit of protection, and again it matches up with this, which is an 18 speed. That is my absolute fastest cross, and obviously that generates a lot of offense for Commander Luke there. Here 16 speed again, that's my fastest protection circle. So, and lastly, again 20 speed on a protection mod. Those are pretty much perfect mods for Commander Luke for a raid. Not hugely useful in arena, not hugely useful once we get to the HAAT raid, but for the purposes of this, they work great. Okay, I'm starting to get tired, so it's been done. Commander Luke, single toon solo of the Rancor raid. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe, please like, and please put some suggestions, some comments, anything else you'd like to see, any other interesting attempts. I am more than happy to give it a go. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye for now.